Yo, what's up, bro? I haven't heard from you in quite some time, man. How you doing? Not much, man. Sticking to the path, sticking to the shadows, doing what I gotta do. You know, doing what it takes, moving in motion. You know what I mean? Any new practices? No, I'm still practicing the same stuff. I haven't talked to Disco in forever, man. I have no idea. I haven't been in contact with him at all. No clue. So I heard Instagram. Yeah, yeah, Facebook been on some BS, bro. Absolute, absolute. Um, no, atrium. No, no new practices. I've been doing the same thing, really, man. Like just sticking to my shit, you know, staying on my path, sticking to the shadows. You know what I mean? Minding my spirits, minding my ancestors, and just paying attention, doing my thing. Hanging around TikTok, I'm fucking dead. That shit's funny. It's wild. TikTok, man. There was so much drama on that shit for no reason, bro. Like I'll be sitting on there and get caught up in drama for no reason. I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad I gave that shit up. It was too much going on. Like I remember, now I won't drop any names or anything, right? But I remember there was two practitioners. It was two women, right? One of them was actually knowledgeable. One of them was actually knowledgeable in the things that I was giving information on. The other one was not ready. And this was essentially some shit that had to do with Brunei, right? And so I gave information to this one lady, and see, I'm under the impression that she knows what she's doing. You know what I mean? Because we're all grown. So when it came down to it, I give this information to this lady, and she takes it and runs with it, and it's a fucking disaster. So I have to come back and do damage control on it. It was ridiculous. Like this lady took the information I gave, ran with it so hard, and literally almost ruined somebody's marriage. Like fucking, it, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It was bad, and I had to clean that up. Like I had to clean that up. Like I got dragged into that and had to clean that up. But I accepted that because not everybody's ready. So when it comes down to it, I don't just readily give out information like that anymore. I learned my lesson. That lady went fucking insane because she didn't know what she was doing. She couldn't handle it. There's always some petty shit going on there. That's why I know. That's why I'm not on there no more. It's too much. Okay. Kind of. I'm familiar with energy. What's up, 88? Yeah, I know. I respect the hustle, Ace. You know what I mean? It's cool, man. Yes, I remember that. Mhm. 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 So for me, scanning or doing readings, if you pay me for that, then I'll do readings for you. I'll scan, I'll do readings, I'll do all that. Anything that involves me using my senses, I require I require compensation for that. So if you want to, you know, you can send me the money on Cash App. It'll be 15. No, I'm not much into astrology for divination. I don't necessarily use tools anymore. So I essentially just use like my more predominant ability of being able to hear the spirits, essentially. Here, let me see something real quick. Um, can I even fucking type in here? Yeah, and how did that go? Well, it really depends on how you do it, to be quite honest with you. Some people can see you, some people can't. But also, when it comes down to it, if it's people like this, it's fine. The mean part of me in some way, being part of them. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, they sure are. That's what I'm saying, Ace. The average person is oblivious to it. But also I'm not just, taking myself and projecting myself to just anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not stupid. I don't play this shit stupid at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that. I protect my energy. I really make sure that that everything is good. So if I'm doing a reading on anybody or anything like that, I make sure it's good. That's interesting. Pretty crazy. Yeah, sometimes he'll do that. Not gonna lie, I'm bored, man. I'll probably game or something and talk to y'all on there. Cause I want to do something. Maybe I'll game or something and just be live on there. I don't necessarily know what I want to play though. What's up, CJ? How you doing? Uh, what's up, Adrian? How are you? Can you hear me now? Okay, that's good. Cool. How you doing, Adrian? What's up, CJ? How are you guys today? That's true. Yes. Hmm. They do not work together. They do not work together at all. No. The only time that they work together is if there are spirits that are under their dominion, i.e., they've been enslaved by them, they've been, like they've been infiltrated and corrupted as a result. No, they don't fucking work together. That's some silly shit. It's not true. No, no. Especially archdemons, they and like the infernal kings, they don't work with angels. No. You're not supposed to put them together. You're not supposed to blend this shit. You're not supposed to do any of that. It's not. It don't work like that. I've been good, man. I've just been maintaining my practices, keeping daily routines going. Making sure that everything is taken care of, and just mining the advice and the information coming from my spirits. Nah, you're not supposed to use them together. This is coming from someone who's like strictly left-hand path, though. I don't work with angels. I don't call on anything to constrain the spirits, none of that shit. I don't call on any gods aside from the ones that I work with in their own right. And they are not, they don't have no ties to Christianity or, the Judeo Christian and Islamic, like, in doctrine whatsoever. So I don't fuck with any of that. I'm strictly left hand path. Usually you visit there if there's some kind of chaotic situation. Interesting. For me, no, I can't say that I have in a while. Like when I was working in the cliff hall, yeah, I was. There were different aspects of it, but aside from that, no, I haven't been. Yeah, I know. Hmm. Yeah, when I was fucking with the Goetia, I wasn't fucking with the Goetia in the traditional sense at all, and I never did. So I never called on any enemies of any enemies of the spirits that I was connected to. Like I said, I don't work with angels. Never have worked with them. Won't. You know what I mean? Not my thing. So strictly when it came to that stuff, even when it came down to, them having certain instructions in the books, I never used it. I used my own way. I created my own way when it came down to that shit because I refuse to do that. That's just me. I can't I can't give information on them because that's not a part of, my ancestry. So I can't say nothing. You'd have to ask someone who's initiated into that, who has worked with them. I can't answer that question. What's up? How you doing, Levi? Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, absolutely. What's up? How you doing, Malik? Is it Malik or is it Malik? I can't tell, so my bad, bro, if I got that wrong. Mm-hmm. Never worked with him. Never worked with him. Any new adventures? Mm, no, not nothing. Not anything that I can reveal, to be honest. I don't know. Okay, I really don't because I don't work with anyone aside from the pantheon that that I work with. I don't work outside of. I don't mix spirits anymore. I don't work with anything that isn't in my ancestry, that isn't in my bloodline anymore. You know what I mean? Like I don't fuck with nothing anymore. I don't stray away from my practice and what I've established, and I like the result of that. You know what I mean? I like the result of not mixing anything and not jumping everywhere. So I don't really do research or study into anything else or look into any other energies or pantheons whatsoever. Mm, the ones that I work with are unrevealed. Like the public doesn't necessarily really know about them, so I don't reveal information about them unless people know. So people who do know, they know, but the people who don't, I'm not giving information about them. I'm not gonna lie. If you know me, you know what I work with, but if you don't know that part, then I'm not revealing it. And that's just what I stand on. Making music. What kind of music do you make, Malik? I like music, man. I was an artist myself too before I like made the decision to dedicate myself more to the path. So I love music of all types. What kind of music do you make? Ace the Goblin, that's in here as well. He makes good music. He's a left-hand path practitioner. Um, he's pretty fucking raw. He has good ass music. You can check out his YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure you could just click on his name and it'll take you to his YouTube channel. He's one of my favorite rappers when it comes down to the left-hand path shit. Who have I worked with the most? Um, King Pyman and Lord Marvis. Those are the ones that I had worked with the most. I hadn't had much experience with Ose. Haven't had much experience with Murmur. Like I would say aside from the times that I actually connected with them and when I was making their videos, that's essentially the only time that I spent with them and connected with them. I never actively went and tried to form a bond or you know established a relationship with them, to be honest. Most of the Goetia that I made videos on and everything, they um they literally I only introduced myself to them. I talked to them and got information from them and that's it. And I left it at that. Later down the line there were certain Goetia that weren't revealed, which is why I didn't finish the series because I introduced myself to them and they didn't want to be public. They didn't want people to have more of their they didn't want people to have their information. So I made a deal with them to just stop it altogether. Nice. Nice. Let me definitely Malik, send me a link in my email, bro. I'll check it out. But I love music. I fuck with all sorts of music. I fuck with the hustle of all musicians when it comes down to their craft because Some really good artists, really good musicians that are out there. I like that kind of shit too. Those kind of things are vibes. I fuck with those. Let me see. What you mean? Epsilon. What do you mean? What people? That made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie. hmm Those kind of energies are there for a reason. They're very protective too. They are there for a reason. They reside in those for a specific reason. Oh, that shit don't matter to me. They really are. All right. Thanks for dropping by, man. I appreciate you coming in here for sure. Interesting. Very interesting for sure. Oh shit. Okay. No, just send me another link. Actually, send me another link. Yeah. Yeah. This is my life. This is who I am. It's beautiful, Malik. Beautiful. Ha. Yeah. This is for life, man. This is who I'm gonna be for life. Of course. Of course I am. Absolutely. Levi, just shoot me another email and I got you. I think it might have just got lost. I don't know because when it comes to the website booking things of that sort, that just I don't know, sometimes it gets lost in translation. Nice chatting to you too, Malik. Thanks for dropping by, man. I've never read any books on it though, Levi. I'm not gonna lie. I've not read any books on that at all. I've learned that from just like spirits themselves teaching me. So I can teach you what I know. I'm no expert on it, but I mean I have good information in regards to it. Yeah, that's all right, Levi. I got you. Just shoot me an email and I'll get at you. What's up, Corn? How you doing? Yeah, you know what? I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start trying to make an effort to do it at least for like an hour or something, just so I could just, you know, have my channel running. And I know I say that shit a lot, but I want to try and do it and just keep like keep my channel active, you know. So I'll probably like I'm gonna try to do like gaming content, like play a story just to chat with y'all and just kick back, to be honest, and try to do it for at least like an hour nightly, just because I kind of miss that shit. It's cool to just vibe with y'all, so I might do that. But it'd be nice for the channel to just be active again too, you know. I've been good. That is wild, Levi. Well, because they're not from here, you know. They're not from Earth. A lot of them may have different auras. A lot of them may have different aspects. A lot of them may hail from different planes. And when it comes down to that, your body reacting to them, it's just when your body reacts in that way, that just means your abilities are heightened. You can sense them. When you can feel them in that way, because most people can't feel them in that way. So when you feel that burning, when you feel coldness, when you feel any of that, you're feeling into their macrocosm, to be honest. Like you're feeling into their reality when you feel when you feel different temperatures, when you feel or hear thoughts when they're around you, or when you get impressions of different types of energies and things like that, you're experiencing your abilities essentially. That's the reason. They'll hurt your body also because they're changing you when you're in that energy as well. When you're exposed to certain energies that come from specific type of demonic entities, that stuff starts to change you if you're exposed to it for quite some time. Corn, I'm good, man. You know, never stops on this path. You're always learning something new. You're always building on something, always working on something, always busy. You know what I mean? There's always changes that come, always new challenges. There's all sorts of shit, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful path. So I've been enjoying it. I've been having a good one, man. For Mother Earth and Father Time, it's crazy. It's wild. Honestly, okay, I would say call on your grandfather, call on one of your ancestors to get used to that energy and get a feel for what that feels like in your bloodline. I'd say reach out to your ancestors for that for sure, to be honest. Well, that's what I'm saying. Definitely. That's exactly why I said your grandpa. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's immediately what came up. It'd be a great idea, you know. Give him something that he likes. You can petition him. You can talk to him about the things that you want to talk to him about. You can vent to him. You can let things go to him. Like you can kill things off with your ancestors that have passed. you have an affinity for this kind of stuff anyway, so you'd be fine. You'd do fine with it because they want control. They want control. They also are vampiric themselves. Now, it may not be revealed all the time because of the fact that they have such a strong dominion on in this fucking plane and on Earth because of the fact that they've infiltrated so many things that are within this reality, down to the media. You know, they want control. That's what it is. That's really what it is. It's control. It's a battle for control over humanity. mm, I don't know. To be honest, Levi, that's a good question. I don't know. I know it's symbolic of the Satanic Temple and the Church of Satan, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And Abysmal, really, I stopped posting because I just don't. When I'm in the zone, and I'm practicing and I'm heavily in my routines, heavily in my rituals and stuff, I don't post. So when I'm on my when I'm in my zone, I don't post. I don't get on YouTube or anything like that. I don't really talk. I don't show myself. Uh, Literally, when it comes down to it, it's very difficult to come back to get on, like getting on social media, showing my face, and stuff like that. Very difficult, just because of the active changes that happen from me just sticking to the path. I'm building everything. I just don't feel that like pull to go live as much as I used to. I don't feel that pull to do videos and bring content out as much as I used to, which I definitely feel like I do want to come back, but it's going to be very different. My channel will be heavily oriented around the concepts of death. So, I mean, essentially, when I have any new content that's coming, to be talking about communicating with spirits of the deceased, working with your ancestors, things of that sort. It'll be about also connecting to like those different types of or documenting the different practices of death from around the world. That's essentially the direction that I'm going to be taking this because that's who I am. It's always who I've been, and I think that it'll make a more sound um, YouTube itself. So that's the direction that this content will go for sure. I mean, I likely will try. I know I keep saying it. I likely will try and like do some type of gaming content and shit just to chill with y'all and talk to you when I'm just chilling. That's essentially most for the most part what you're gonna get. As far as me being live, I'll try and do live sometimes where I'm showing my face and stuff, but I'm not gonna make no promises. If I'm doing any kind of lives, it'll definitely be me like playing a game or something, and replying to your comments and shit, and just doing it in that way. It's because it's more of a, it's less of a hassle for me that way. Um, Nice. No, the website. Well, the website's down right now because I want to revamp it. I want to change everything. To be honest, I definitely want to change it. That's what I mean. The more that I'm working, the more I'm practicing, the more I'm learning, the more I want to change everything. So yeah, it is down. I took it down, but you can still just hit me up. Just hit me up on my email if you want rituals, you want anything like that. I wanted to announce also that it's not something that's super common, but if anybody wanted court case work, you needed help, you wanted guidance with it, you can let me know. I'm now offering court case rituals again too, and they're booming for sure. I'm gonna try to also get some more of my reviews from people on those because the last ones that I performed have been hitting crazy. It really depends, Adrian. That's that depends. It depends on what kind of technique you're doing when it comes down to using that sigil. But you're essentially just opening a doorway. You're opening a doorway. So you're calling them. It is like a phone number essentially. But yeah, no, Levi, or anybody for that matter, just hit me up in my email. It's the easiest way to reach out to me. If you want rituals done, reach out to me and just let me know the kind of ritual that you would want. If it's something that'll be custom, just let me know, and then we'll go from there. And I'll let you know. It'll be it'll be fine. As always, PayPal, Cash App, things of that sort. That's where I accept most of my payments. I do Venmo too. Just send the payments on there. And if you need the links and things like that, I'll send them to you as well. What's up, Jaguar? How you doing? Um, use sorcerers paying them to do rituals for their own ego needs. Oh yeah, yeah. Give me 1 second, Levi. Let me reply to this thing that OK said. Okay, I would say, here's my standpoint on that. I mean, this shit is the left-hand path. This shit is you're going into the dark. You're going into the worst. You're going into the worst of the worst. You're gonna find people who want all types of shit. Essentially, depending on what you specialize in, that's gonna be what you're gonna end up doing. Now, your morals and your belief system change a lot as you connect more with. If you're connecting more with just pure demonic energies, your mindset, your whole outlook on all of this shit will change. So when it comes down to that, nah, that don't annoy me. If people are wanting something to be done, they want something to happen. I'm I'm game for it to be honest, because everybody wants something, you know. As long as it's not essentially, bringing harm to anyone who's like straight up purely innocent, anyone that isn't deserving of it, then I don't really have a problem with it. Let me see. Yeah, Levi, I'll explain that to you on my email. I got you. You email me, so I'll explain that to you when I get a chance. Yeah, I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about it after this. I'll go into it and let you know if that's something that you wanted to do. I got you for sure. where I saw something that was extremely unjustified. Um, no, I can't say that I have, and the reason why I say that is because of the fact that people like that just haven't come to me. People like that haven't come to me, so I don't know. And that's just me being honest. I don't get too many that ask for things like that. I mean, usually when it comes down to that kind of stuff, I mean, like usually if somebody's hiring me to say they're doing a curse or whatever, majority of the people that have hired me to do curses, we're going after people who are pedophiles. Like that's most of the time what's going on. Like the family pedophile, the grandpa has been molesting the kids in the family for quite some time. The uncle has been molesting the girls, molesting the boys, whatever. Like the aunts molest the fucking nephews, what like shit like that. That's essentially that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I'm hired for. So I mean, those things are very justified. I love that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like I like that kind of stuff because it brings justice in that regard for those victims that literally that deserve that justice. You know what I mean? There's people who are hiding, whose family hide them, you know, and try to keep them from voicing shit that's happened to them or atrocities that are happening in their family. Facts, facts. Yeah. No, I like to improve people's lives, I like to help out whatever way that I can when it comes down to it. My services aren't free, but when it comes down to people who ask for stuff or they want things to be brought into their life, you want something to happen, and you come to somebody like me, then we're gonna do what it takes to make it happen. Sometimes it takes longer, you know. If I specialize in it, then I can do it. One thing I'll say that I don't do anything involving love or any of that. Like I don't do love. I don't do any domination. I don't do none of that. I have friends and people who do stuff like that that I would send people to for that kind of stuff because they know what they're doing. That's what they specialize in. That's how I feel. People should keep it. Things that you specialize in that you're good at is what you should stick to, especially if it's a part of things that your ancestors practiced and that's who they were. You should keep that going. I mean, fractal self. You know what I mean? Like there's pieces of people who have had that done to them too. So they're all fucked up in the head, and they end up having those pieces of themselves so lost that they mentally are fucked up, and they end up just doing things like that. I'm not justifying any of that shit. I don't care. You should get help for that shit. I don't have no sympathy for people like that either. I fuck them up, period. Cause I don't play that shit. I don't play that. If people have, thoughts like that or things like that happen, and they feel like they want to do that shit to kids, they should go get help. Motherfuckers like that should immediately seek help and should not be around kids. I don't sympathize with them. I don't empathize with them. I don't feel for them. None of that shit. That shit happens to you, and you end up having thoughts like that. You immediately should get help. Definitely. Um, Here's what I'll say. When it comes down to those kind of things, it's a matter of understanding how it works. It's a matter of understanding how it works. It's a matter of understanding, okay, if I'm asking for this and I want such and such to happen, right? In regards to financial gain, what exactly do I have in my life at this point in time that can fuel that? You know, Be it you have a job in mind, excuse me, you have a business that you already are starting to establish or you want to establish, you have a certain skill that you want to monetize. It's stuff like that. Now, when it comes down to lottery spells, you get into territories in which, like, you'd need to go to like a practitioner of Udon. You know, you would need to go to like a Babalawa, or like you would need to go to those that are like pretty high up in that kind of practice to see those kind of results. You can go to someone like the EAGM, the Mayor. He's good at that kind of stuff if that's something that actually is essentially like already a part of your reality. It's something that you do, it's something that you actively have been, practicing, you kind of have an understanding of, is you need to actually have something to be fueled. You need to have that fed, you know? What is it that you're feeding when you're doing things like that? If that makes sense. What streams of revenue do you already have? What projects are you working on? Do you understand how to monetize that? For the lottery, do you know how to play it? Do you know, where exactly you're going to get it from? Do you have a clear visual of what you're going to do, if exactly that point in time does come up for you to work with that? Yeah, he is. He's awesome for that kind of stuff. I don't work with him though. Of course, greed takes everyone out when it comes down to, like, if they get to that point where they are just taking from everyone else, or they're doing it for their own selfish gain, and they don't understand like these things are blessings. Of course, of course, it's stripped away from them. Just like people's abilities, people's means of being able to commune with the spirits. If they abuse that, it's stripped away from them. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. So when it comes down to it, it's a matter of if you have those means to do that, then it will work for you. But if you don't, it's going to be a little more difficult for you to actually bring that forward. You have to have something to fuel when it comes down to stuff like that, and have some type of affinity to that stuff. Yeah, you'll do great with it. It'll bring those things forward. It will. Absolutely, Jason. Okay, for you, I would say work with someone like, okay, you have energy that is strongly connected to the energies of death, yo. So I would work with those that are associated with death. So Bonet, Murmur, you know, someone like Lucifuge, Lucifer, anything that has a deathly aspect, I would say work with that death that's in your path, a strong part of your path. Hmm. Because I'm telling you, that's what I would stick to what you're essentially really good at. That's what you're gonna be good at. Death is on you, is with you. I would look into and start studying into that. You could feel it on you. Absolutely, Cord. So, a very basic way to do it. If you have the means to get dirt from them, that's a good way. If you have um, anything that belonged to them, like a necklace or, you know, jewelry that belonged to them, something that they kept on their person often, that they were essentially intimate with, you know what I mean? Um, in regards to how often they were holding it, that it was on their body, that they had their energies flowing through it, all the way up until when they died. Have things like that set up in a specific area for them and give them things. Like if they liked coffee when they're alive, boom, coffee is great. Give them coffee. Give them the coffee the way that they like it, right? Write things out to them. Put a petition under that coffee. Light some candles for them. If they died in a way that which was, more of a unsolved, kind of more horrific way, then give them light. Light a candle for them. Give them some water as a refreshment. I like to give them their favorite things from when they were alive. If they like big fucking good cigars that they wanted to puff on often, or if they were, they had cigars when they wanted to celebrate, or if they had cigars when they wanted to relax or they wanted to think, smoke a cigar for them, or put the cigar on their altar in the space that you dedicated to them, right? Essentially, when it comes down to that kind of stuff, just really think about how they were when they were alive and continue the traditions of what they did when they were alive. Continue their routines. If they like coffee every day, boom, give them some coffee when you want to communicate with them. If they like Twinkies and fucking Popeyes biscuits, give them Twinkies and Popeyes biscuits if that's what they like. That is the direction that I would take it. That's what I would do. You can call them, ask them to come to you. You can hold on to those items, wearing their items. You can connect deeply with them. You could take that jewelry also and go bury it over their gravesite. That would work too. Spending time at their gravesite, connecting to their dirt through where they're buried is a really good way to do that kind of stuff too. But that connecting in that way is going to bring more of a deathly aspect to it if you go you're working with their dirt or you're, at their gravesite and you're doing anything with their grave. So I mean that's if you're someone who actually works well with the energies of death. Then yes, I would recommend you do that. But if not, set up a little altar for them, like I said, and talk to them, write things to them, journal at that altar. You know what I mean? Practice automatic writing at that altar. See if they come through and help you out. Ask them for certain things to happen, little things. Create something that, essentially is a prayer that is specifically dedicated to your ancestors that have passed away. Don't put anyone that is alive on that altar. Don't associate anyone that is alive with that energy of your ancestors because they'll soon be pulled into that energy and that'll be another person that's in your family that has died. So you essentially want to keep the living away from that kind of space, like their images, anything associated with and things of that sort. So that designate a specific space for them and go from there. Absolutely. He doesn't fuck around. I love it. I love that shit. Hmm. Destruction, violence, vampirism, fucking insanity. Bring on death itself. When it comes to working with those kind of energies, it's a different world. So you have to have the means of being able to withstand that energy, have an affinity to it, and be willing to change, to be willing to have, parts of yourself stripped away as a result, is all I'm gonna say in regards to that. Okay, for sure. Like, path of death is fucking intense. It's intense. I would give I would give him you can give him some honey. It's pretty nice. It's refreshing. It's cooling. It's good for certain aspects of his. It's awesome. It's sweet. Speeds things up. Absolutely, Jason. It's a good one. Put some blood in that too. Good. Those kind of things are really nice to feel into, for your curses. Absolutely. I'm gonna see what I can play. I might just chill out and literally just play the sea. I might just chill out and play Sea of Thieves and just talk to you guys. To be honest, I might just do that. I'll probably get off of here and still talk to you guys, answer questions and shit, and play Sea of Thieves. I don't necessarily want to play with anybody, so it'd probably be like private lobby and shit. I think I'll do that. I'll still answer questions on there. I just don't feel like holding the phone, and I don't feel like really being on camera. So give me a few minutes. I'm just gonna go on there. Mhm. Mhm. All right. Here, I'll catch y'all in a minute. Let me I'm gonna get it set up. I'm gonna just play the game and talk to y'all. Just give me 1 second. Thanks everybody that dropped by. I really appreciate your support. If there's anybody who wanted to get rituals done or anything like that, you want to hire me for anything, just shoot me an email for sure, and I'll get back to you. If it's custom work, just let me know what it is that you want. My website is down, so I don't have a website right now. So If it's custom work you want, let me know what kind of work it is. If you want any rituals done for any reason, if it's something that I specialize in, then I will definitely be able to help you out. If it's not something that I do or that I offer as a service, then I will get you to somebody who actually does offer that, that does good work, that gets good results. Because I know too many people who really do this shit that definitely can get you good results. So I appreciate y'all for dropping in. I'm gonna catch y'all in a minute.